players. We knew that game was going to come down to the very last series, and indeed it did. And the guys expected that, and they embraced it. And a couple other things I was real excited to see was pressure on the quarterback consistently, communication on the football field. But definitely proud of them because they knew it was going to be 60 minutes.
Like you held them to 19 rushing yards. And in some ways, did it feel like an old-style kind of game for this defense? And how much do you guys need this after the Notre Dame game?
We prepared for the game like it was going to be an old-style football game. And certainly Iowa's running game year in and year out is just awesome. They coach as well as anybody in the country. So we prepared like it was going to be an old-school game. I think we have confidence right now. I don't think we lost our confidence after last week, but it certainly grows when you play a game like that.
Coach Warner, turnover margin was a big factor going through the last 3 games. You guys held on to the football today despite some struggles on offense. How would you characterize the performance and how important was it to hold on to the football?
Obviously, it's very important to hold on to the football. If you've been watching us the last 3 weeks, I mean, we've obviously put the ball on the ground. So holding on to it today was big. That was key, especially when you're in a battle like we were today. Our defense is playing great. We were playing against a great defense ourselves. Moved the ball a little bit the first half, and not obviously as much the second half. But just holding on to football is always key.
What was the difference between the first and second half from your perspective?
You know, I can't say. I don't know. I have to see it on film. We had some creases the first half.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting 4-yard gains, 3-yard gains. Didn't get any big gains. But the second half, I didn't see anything there. So not sure. I'll have to evaluate on film, but obviously not good enough.
Coach Warner, in the first half, over here in the middle. In the first half, only 7 different guys touched the ball, and then throughout the second half, it seemed like you opened up the playbook and allowed more guys to get some touches in. Was there an effort to be more conservative, given how ball security has been an issue with maybe guys you trust getting the first half touches more?
Not really. No, not really. I mean, obviously we put a big emphasis on it again, but it comes to the point where guys got to go out and do their thing. And so the touches the first half or the second half were just based off of rotating guys in and who we felt would get the job done.
Dave, staying with the line of receivers, and I mean, you've got a number of guys you're going to right now. When you go on the road, usually you don't travel more than 5 or 6 of those guys. Like, do you have an idea of where that group is? Who are the guys you want day in and day out right now?
Yeah, I mean, we'll travel 6 or 7 probably next week. We're playing 6, I believe, which is good. We haven't done that in the past. What it's doing is it's keeping us fresher. Those guys, the stars, is keeping us fresher, I believe. So we're able to play a little bit faster in the third and fourth quarter. Week to week, guys step up. Felton stepped up again today, made some great catches. We have various guys that stepped up. Cody had a nice catch for us today. So it's different guys. We trust them all is the big thing right now.
Mike, you talk a little bit more about the pressure you got. It seemed like it started up the middle with Mike and Raekwon a lot of times, Naquan as well, but it seemed like you also had guys crashing off the edge quite a bit.
We actually, if you look at our third down package, we dropped 8 into coverage quite a bit as the game went on as well. We were able to cut loose Brandon Randall and Demetrius Cooper, and just those 2 guys. They had the ability to get pressure on their own, and they did that. They did a better job of that. They embraced that challenge. But when we were in base defense, the D tackles knew that this game was going to be on their shoulders. They knew when you played Iowa, D tackles have to win, and they did. They did a great job.
Coach Warner, can you kind of talk about the kind of versatility that the young receivers displayed today? I know that there was a sequence there in the third quarter where it seemed like it was only them getting the ball. Just the fact that they stepped up in a game like this.
Obviously, it's huge. And to be perfectly honest with you, I mean, Coach Sam's rotating those guys in pretty freely, which again goes back to the confidence that we have in them. But to be perfectly honest with you, there's times I'm not aware that those younger guys are in there because we do feel they can run our offense. Pretty much anything we need them to do, they've been doing. They've had opportunities to do, and they got it done today. So I think it's just an example of how those guys have come along, and I think where they're at right now as far as being able to go out and make plays for us.
Coach, you didn't put up any points in the second half, although you didn't need it. How much of that was Iowa's defense and maybe the adjustments they made to you versus maybe what was being run? Because you already mentioned the rotation of guys getting in.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, they're a great defense, and they don't change a whole lot, but they did pack the box more in the second half. I mean, normally they're a team that can handle the run with 6 guys in the box, depending on the formation, 6 or 7 guys in the box. But second half, they started bringing an extra guy down a little bit, challenging us when, you know, we're trying to eat the clock and be a little bit conservative as far as our pass calls. So I think that kept us from moving the ball and put more points on the board. But we can't do it week in and week out. We can't rely on the defense the second half like we did today.
We'll take 2 more for the coordinator, Rico.
Dave, can you tell me about what you saw with the Davis Ojemudia matchup? Because that first series, you went to him 4 times in that matchup. I mean, obviously, it wouldn't be something you could talk about leading into the game, but now, could you just talk about what you saw in that matchup that gave you the advantage?
Well, I don't think there was anything necessarily in the matchup. I think you know, we started the game off with a pass to Felton, play action pass that we felt you know, we try and mix it up a little bit earlier in the game and it helped us out. But those first few passes that went to Felton weren't necessarily all planned that way. You know, have early calls that we go to and just sort of jumped around a little bit and ended up going his way a couple times. But that's basically Brian making good reads. You know, those weren't all directed to go at Felton, and they ended up going there in the end because Brian did a good job going through his read progression.
Last one here, Brian.
Dave over here, right here. Kind of building off that, I mean, last week we talked a lot about, you know, Brian's decision making, needing to get better, whatever. I mean, just talk about that a little bit this week. When he has a game like this, is this why everyone gets so excited about his potential?
Yeah. I mean, he's a competitor. He knows that he made some bad decisions last week, and he emphasized it this week. Not that we haven't before, but I mean that was a big thing for him this week. And he took a big step. I told him that after the game. I think he took a big step forward today as far as being the quarterback that we need him to be. So we just need him to keep going that direction. You can say that about a lot of guys. You know, a lot of young guys took a big step today, and we just need to keep pushing in that direction.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.